Hey guys, how's it going? This is Matt Lipa here. I'm representing Canada from Turkey right now, and hopefully you guys can see a little bit here. I got a special request here just to give a bit of a shout out for everybody to see what's going on over here. But here we have the precision shooting right now. So they have 4 courts going with 3 different countries on each court, and then they're doing the top make it through to top 8. So then it goes from total of 36 countries to 8, and then it goes from 4 and then 2. So this was a request from BBN. They asked me to show you guys what's going on real quick so you guys can talk about it on the podcast. Anyways, so today was a good day. Jose had a rough start. It was a good hit. Jose had a bit of a rough start, but Courtney and Anthony came out on fire. They played well. Jose came in on his second game, crushed it, played amazing. And then lastly, the last mixed doubles, and Courtney won her singles. Anyways, guys, wish us luck over here. Thank you.
All right, Respect the Line, your weekly sports show focusing on the wonderful world of bocce. Live here on the BBN. Taylor, Made, what's up?
What's up, D-Cat? How you doing, buddy?
You got your host, Danny Catullo, and my co-host here, Matthew Taylor. I'm doing great. We had a wonderful weekend of bocce. So we're going to dive right into it. Let's first talk about the doubles tournament in Troy. Big winners, Sid Skaccia and Jerry Kosinski from Tuckalana. Sid won the game of the championship with 2 phenomenal rolls. They got a 3-bagger, Taylor, to win 14-13. Went to game 2 of the championship. I have a feeling another tournament went to game 2 as well. And they beat our good friends Russell Johnson and Joe Peterson of Dirtbox Cowboys, also of Tuckalana. And Joe had a great hit in that first game, but that 13-9 lead wasn't so safe to 14, Taylor, in that second game of the championship. Is there anything
Who blew
worse?
that one? Was it Russ?
No, it's a team game, man.
Russell.
It's a team game.
Russell. Come on, Russ.
Russell rolled so great all tournament and was definitely one of the reasons why they won the first game and had the big lead in the second game. And, I just remember the last frame, they just left it open. A missed hit will do that to you. That ball's dead. And then they just left it a big room for Sid. Wasn't able to capitalize on their second ball, but Sid was able to roll in the last 2 to be able to get the win. Some other great players were there. Third place was Nick Serra and Chris Seifert from Tuckalana as well. And then
Big Nick.
Big Bill Barnett and Frank Malache were 4th place. Doing pretty
William
good there.
B., my man. William
That's
B.,
right.
all right.
So we had a great tournament there at Troy. You're able to catch that and watch it on the network that you're watching this on right here, Bocce Broadcast Network. They have hit about 1,000 views for each of those days. Pretty amazing. What a fun tournament out there. All right, let's get to the big one. Club Molisani Fall Classic, Cleveland, Ohio. 70 teams, right? Making their way to the biggest of stages in these synthetic courts, and somebody got over the hump and got their win. BSB, Team BSB, that Matthew Taylor, he runs. They win the Fall Classic. Matt, Anthony Capogreco, Maurizio, and Robert Stewie Stewart were the champions. Fantastic win. What a championship. Have to win 2 games against Club Molisani 10, who just put up a fantastic run. That's the 2 Vals, DeFranco and Val Furbata. Val playing with his son, Anthony Furbata, and the killer of all killers, Sal Santillo. What a championship. What a run, Matt. I have to tell you, man, wasn't just your rolling, too. We got to see a little bit of your hitting, too. That was fun.
Yeah. For all you guys that want to talk that shit, bro, I mean, go back. Hour 7, minute 18 against Doug Carter and his crew. Hit a ball full court. I mean, listen, gamers make plays. I made a play. We won the game. You
You
know.
got to go to the Respect the Line Instagram, and you can be able to see a clip of that reel.
Yeah,
Fantastic shot
yeah,
by
for
Taylor
sure.
there.
We actually were down in every game we played on Sunday, except the championship, second game of the championship. We were down every game in on Sunday, dude. Every game.
So you came from the loser bracket. You won your first game, right, against ABC Piping. And then who did you lose to the first game?
So no, we won all our games Saturday morning. Won our
on
first game
Sunday.
against ABC Piping.
Yep.
Sunday, yeah.
Yep.
Sunday we won our first game. Then we got spanked, and I mean spanked by Adelios. They rolled really well. We rolled like shit. We lost. Same old story with Adelios. Yes, and then we ended up getting our revenge on Adelios later on. Another tight game, one we were down in as well. We came back. We ended up winning that game. So that was huge for us.
So that Adelios team was Marco Orlando Jr., Jason Meloragno, who had a hit second because Richie DeFranco was dealing with a little bit of a knee injury. So Richie DeFranco and Sergio, the brothers there, like you said, they were rolling like heck. And when you guys gave them some hell and made them hit, it seemed like that game, it was a chance for you guys to be able to make your comeback.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were kind of playing a little bit out of position. Jason doesn't usually play that spot. And, you know, I was telling my guys, like, hey, like we need to get to Jason shooting the ball. If we're not doing that, we're in trouble. You know, nothing against Jason. Like he hit some balls, but I wanted to see him shoot the ball 7-8 times in that game. I like our chances, you know. If those guys are just rolling on the ball all the time, we're in trouble. I mean, because those guys are great rollers. So,
and that's how you got beat up that first game. That's how you guys got beat up that first game because you let Jason be what he is, which is a fantastic roller with balls in the way, and he was scoring those crooked numbers for Adelios that first game.
Yes, they were for sure. And then championship game, we're down 11-3. Thought for sure we were going to get another second place. I was going to retire from broadcasting. I wasn't going to play bocce anymore because I'm not getting second again. And all of a sudden we got a 4-bagger. I don't even remember how the hell we did it. How we got 4 that frame, I don't even remember. It's like all like a blur. We got 4, made it 11-7, and I go, oh, well, I think we got a shot.
And we're
and
back
then sure enough, we did.
We're
back in it, yeah.
You know, it's funny. You had scored a 3 earlier. So they had scored 11 on ones and 1 or 2 twos. I was there watching the game, and you had scored a 3 earlier. Then you got your 4-bagger, you know, hits and sticks help that. But you guys were all of a sudden, you know, you just had 2 frames. You scored 7 points, and it was like they had a grind for all 11 of their points. And it just seemed like it was like, like the tide was turning, the momentum had turned, and you guys really put on the pressure after that.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled really well all day. That first game or middle part of that championship first game, I was a little off. I was getting to the wall too early. My ball was releasing. But then once we got that momentum back and I started rolling in well, those guys, they want to roll on everything. So I was putting balls 10 inches, 15 inches. They were trying to roll on them. They weren't beating them. That started getting us some momentum, and I just started, you know, it's pressure, man. You got to keep rolling the ball. That's what those guys do. They roll. Sal and them guys are killers, dude. Sal's one of the best players Molisani, you know, offers. And, you know, him having a ball back every frame sometimes was just brutal. But, you know, we just kept the pressure on and kept making him hit some shots, and that was it.
So this Molisani 10 team actually had a pretty miraculous run to even be there on Sunday. I went to the Indians-Yankees game. Diana and I went there. We ended up running into Tim Trepepi. I ran into his brother Dan earlier in Boston, and then at the game, I ran into Tim Trepepi watching the game with Tino Emanuel, and got to watch the Indians game. Figured I'd come in for one last cocktail, you know, this is the club before I went to bed, you know, be there Saturday. And I get like this live game of an epic battle between Pete Meloragno, Frank DeCillo, Ronnie Cap, Russ Miraglio. They're up 13-5, right? Game over. Just have to get one more point to win against that Club Molisani team. And they just grounded. and grinded and grinded, and all of a sudden made their way back to win 14-13 to make Sunday. They don't win that game, they're not even in Sunday, let alone making the championship.
Yeah, don't worry. I heard all
back.
about it 17 different times from Pete. Pete was pretty upset about it even the next day. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
You know what? Every single one of that players in those teams all had a chance to be able to make the play. And you know, we ended up playing them. Yeah, it happens.
It happens. You have to be able to roll there to win. Rolling there is so crucial. I mean, that's what they do. They roll. And they rolled so well the entire tournament, man. Like, I mean, Jesus, you have to roll
something
there.
Something we always talk about is team rolling, right? And they're a team rolling team. I mean, heck, even when you got to Anthony, their lead hitter, Anthony Frabata, he rolled great.
Yeah.
And that's why they came back against them. That's why they came back against us. They kept going down and making these big runs. And then it was interesting when they got to you, they had the lead. And it was you on the other side making the runs to come back and win the game. And there was, that first game when you guys were down, it was just, I kept thinking if BSB wins this first one, they're winning the second one. That's what happens typically. You've just been playing hot.
Yeah.
Keep playing. And it was them on the other side trying to protect the lead. But, man, what a team. That team just kept coming at
you. It was it was really – this was huge for me. I think I've mentioned this to a lot of people before. If there was one tournament I had to pick to win, it's one at Molisani over Whitcliffe, over Rome, because I feel like these guys have always had an edge there playing here. I think us having Lorenzinos has helped some, for sure, getting used to synthetics. But it's always been very difficult for teams outside of Cleveland to go and win there. Joe Palumbo wanted one in the fall with Triv and them guys. Now we did. It's huge for me. I'm really happy about this win. So, yeah.
Well, it's nice to see players from another one, Capogreco from Youngstown win there.
Yeah.
You guys also brought on Maurizio from Chicago, who was basically your second roller. And then turned into your fourth hitter, was hitting three, and then you had to step into that role. But Maurizio, man, just rolled ball after pressure ball after pressure ball. He played phenomenal on Sunday.
Yeah.
Man, he was
and
such
so
a
did Stewie, man. Stewie rolled some of the sickest back wall rolls I've ever seen, and he did it all day long. It's unreal.
I knew he was going to roll in. I knew he was going to roll in when you looked over the crowd. Whenever you looked over the crowd and said, Stewie rolls this in his sleep, I knew he was going to be able to roll in for a point.
It was Alessio. He had about 8 inches. I'm like, dude, these are the balls Stewie beats in his sleep. He can't beat a 3-footer, but he'll beat the 6-inch point 100%. And he did it. Alessio can back me up, verify. Alessio in the comments. I said it to you right before he rolled the ball. He's beating this ball 100%, and he did. I mean, it's what he does.
So one more team that made a great run, got fourth place. Your boy, your buddy, your friend, Andy Sweeney, a.k.a. the panel, played with Jimmy Guy, Greg Puccio, and Smitty, Greg Smith. Nice run to get fourth place, too. They played great.
Yeah, those guys are actually really good. Puccio, I don't think he missed the ball since last year. I mean, it's everything.
It was wild. I just kept watching him knock a ball, go over.
Yep.
Said, you guys are wearing me out, but he kept hitting the ball each time. Man,
yeah,
he was on
every
fire.
time. And listen, Sweeney, hey, congratulations, Sweeney. You made a nice run. You beat some good teams, and then until you ran into me. I mean, I have the craziest bragging rights over you now. You had a shot. You failed. And he was the worst player on the court. He'll tell you that. This isn't me talking shit. He was the worst player on the court. He missed some big shots. He missed some big rolls. He rolled a couple 4 or 5 feet past to kind of get tight. He didn't do it. Gave us extras. He hit some balls. Yeah, sure. He made a couple shots, but when he needed him to be consistent, he just wasn't there. So I don't know if it's the drinking or the belly or what, but yeah. I mean,
it happens. I tell you what, though, those guys made a great run. You know what I loved about this one? Is you go to the top 4 teams and you got Ohio, you got Cleveland and Youngstown being represented. You got PA with you and Stewie. We got Chicago with Maurizio, and then we also have New York with these guys.
Yeah.
With the Romans and Andy, of course, from Lockport. So just
Right.
it's pretty cool to have a tournament where it's represented so well from all the different communities that play bocce. And we do talk a lot of smack, but it's really fun competing with your friends in this game.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
All right, so we have a special guest here to do the preview of the last event of the VU Cup, event number 10, high stakes at Lorenzino's, going to be starting at 9 a.m. this Saturday. Rocco, thanks for joining Taylor and I.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Rocco. BSB's biggest hater in the house. Love it. Love it.
I think you mispronounced hater. It's biggest fan is what I am.
Yeah. Welcome, buddy.
Rocco,
welcome.
It's like just day number 2 that we didn't have to hear Taylor whine about being a second placer. So like we have the countdown running here. The countdown is running. Dude. We're just like number of days since Taylor has complained about being in second place. It's going to be nice here for me on Respect the Line to not have to hear it for a little bit. So thankfully he won.
So jokes today. That's good. That's good.
So
bunch
speaking of leading off in this this BU Cup event, BSB actually has the first game. They're playing against Gabagol Bocce. This Gabagol team is Bruce Van Meter, Fred Fox, Anthony Fistek, and Brian Wilcox. A little bit of a mix and match team going to be playing against BSB. We got the second game is going to be Dirtbox Cowboys playing against IMBS. Man, there's like all the heavy hitters are out here for this event for the high stakes. Jimmy Pye, Mike Robb, and Timmy Wilson are playing against Dirtbox. That's Bill Barnett, Andy Sweeney, your boy, the panel, Brian Polance, and Joe Peterson playing there. Then the third game, we got Lorenzino's. That's going to be another great team with Dante Chiavetti, Bobby Gentile, Gianni, and Matthew Estes, of course, from Lorenzino's. They're playing against my team, Legal Seafoods, and I got Billy Batters, Corey Whitway, and Nick Capagreco. It's just like teams galore, just like this Watertight Roofings, Club Molisani, Palazzo, the Bros. I'll just share out the rosters. Man, this whole team is loaded, Rocco. Just all the heavy hitters are here. How much do you win if you can win this one here?
So I did the math, but probably thinking like 4,000. I was thinking about paying 4 teams, but I think 3 sounds better being a field of just 15 teams. So 4,000 looks like the prize for first place.
Love it. Taylor, who you like?
Not bad for 15 teams. What are you asking me, like my favorite, who I think is going to win?
Yep.
I would love to say us. I think we're probably, I don't know, is there going to be betting on this, Rocco? I would say we're probably the betting favorites. Is there going to be betting on this?
There's betting going on, and you're already the betting favorite, and you always will be the betting favorite, Taylor. You're just no one.
That's not true. That's not true, but thanks, though. I would say we're probably the betting favorite, but honestly, the smart money is probably on Lorenzino's. They've won on these courts more than any team. Obviously, I think that we can beat them. Obviously, I do if we played them. But smart money's probably on those guys. They've won at this place. I think is it 3 times now? And then if you add Estes won. You got a second and a first in the 2-man. It's 2 different 2-mans in this tournament. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with those guys being the favorite, honestly. The Lorenzino's would be my pick.
It's like Club Molisani 10 at the Molisani tournament. It's just you want to take the local guys that are always playing there. And, of course, Dante, it's his club. Lives, sleeps, and eats there. Him and Vivo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vivo might
That's
play
what I mean.
More than him, but
you got Chiavetti, you got Gianni, you got Bobby Gentile, and you got Matt Estes. I mean, those guys can roll. They can shoot. They can do it all. They've won there a bunch of times. That's probably the favorite, or the team the smart money should probably go on them. But do I think we can win and we'll win? Yeah, I do. But again, I probably will go with, if I'm being objective, I would put my money on Lorenzino's.
So I got a couple teams to watch here. I like the ABV team. It just seems like they need to break through. Like they're just so due for that win. They made it to Sunday. Didn't have a performance. They went 0-2, similar to us, my team, and Molisani. I just have a feeling that like this is the one. Like they just like need one, and this is the one that they're going to be able to do. They're sort of avoiding right now, just at the bottom of the bracket. They're avoiding Lorenzino's. They're avoiding BSB, and they play all in one. And then they'll play the winner of Waterloo, Lockport. If they could be able to like go through that and then maybe play, Molisani 4, another great team, Watertight Roofing's great team, or the Plots or the Bros. There's a path though. There's a path for ABV if they can play their game to be at that winners championship and then maybe break through to the other side and get their win. So I'm going to call for ABV is my tournament champion right here. And then the other tournament champion that I think is maybe a little upset, but I think they could make a run there is the Watertight team with Joe Palumbo, Mike Triv, PJ Micheletti, and Ron Dog. I mean, that's a team that could get hot. And as far as hitting, I don't know if any team has as much hot hitting as Watertight here. All 4 of those guys can get hot. It's going to be very interesting to see how they put their lineup together. But, I'm never betting against Joe P and Mike Triv.
I mean, listen, I like it. Any team, honestly, can win this. There's so many good teams in it. Your ABV prediction, it's so hard when you look and you see that ABV's in a tournament and you see Dennis, Mike, Croce, and Benny. Not think to yourself like, all right, these guys can win this tournament. They obviously can. They shoot the lights out. That's what Dennis and Croce do. They shoot well. Can they roll good enough? That's the thing. If they can find their stroke rolling, yes, they can win the tournament going away. It's if they can roll. A lot of good teams here can roll. So if they can roll just as well, if not better, then absolutely they can win. It's not even a question. And handily too. Like some of us can win handily if we're all hot. They're definitely one of the teams, but have they been rolling that well? They haven't been rolling that well this year. That's been their biggest problem. And also they've got some bad breaks. I mean, Dennis has hit a lot of balls, even against us. Like, we talked about luck before. A lot of bad breaks on the back wall. Splashing balls, hitting balls, and it ricking off other balls. Like they've had some bad luck in that respect too. So if that luck and variance can flip a little bit, yeah, man, like it's definitely doable for sure.
Sometimes that could change. Rocco, any underdogs you like here in the bracket?
Well, you said ABV's got a nice path, but their second game will have to go through Waterloo, and that's gonna be my sleeper pick.
Waterloo has no chance to win this tournament. None. Zero. Waterloo, zero. No chance. No.
Listen, Taylor, my team has Taylor's number. I think we won against Taylor's team, BSB, last couple of times.
Sure, you might have beat us, but you got to beat 14 other teams. You ain't going to do it. I mean, this is respect the line, bro. I call it like it is. You're not winning the tournament. If you win the tournament, I'll hand you $100 personally.
I'd say $100. It sounds like $1 million. It sounds like the chance.
It's a free $100. It's a free $100 if you win. I mean, you just
I'll take
free
it.
$100.
It's on record. I'll take it.
It's on record. Yeah.
I love it. You could use it to buy Keith the new shirt, so that'll work there.
Well, with $100 the way he shops, he could buy 100 new shirts.
Listen, like you said though, Taylor, just a deep tournament. Like very few tournaments you get to see this deep. We've been talking about it when we were just previewing it earlier. It's just like every single team of this can not only win a game, they can win multiple games. But who could be able to rise to the top to be able to take it down, and then also avoid their upset, avoid a team that maybe on paper they need to beat, so they don't have to be fighting from the losers bracket. I just very excited about it. So that leads into the BU Cup final.
Let's throw in one more thing though. I think that this might be overlooked too. I mentioned it before. This is event number 10. Now, luckily for BSB, we're on house money. We already locked up the 1 seed. But I believe, Rocco, there are 2 teams fighting for seeding for the BU Cup, correct?
Well, I think the way it is, it actually the top 2 seeds are locked up. Like number 1
Right.
can't 2 and 2 can't go to 1, but they're locked in those. It's really I think 4 teams though that are fighting
Okay.
for third spot, and the third spot comes with $1,000 bonus, but also
Right.
round bye.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's you're talking about $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, just I'm pulling it up. This is if it's today. So this is without the last event. Right now BSB and Molisani 2 or Molisani 4 has locked up the 2 seed. So BSB had locked up the first seed, but that third seed, it's up for grabs right now. And so we have
Yeah.
either ODP, which is holding it right now, Lorenzino's who could very well win their own tournament, right? And then come and take that third spot, get the bye. And then, what
Yep.
happens down at the bottom as well. We're going to have some shuffling of teams very much on this one here. Now, Rocco, what place do you have to get some points here to be able to make some moves?
With this size tournament, it's top 8 get points, so it's going to matter. Like maybe Lorenzino gets first, but if the second place is a team that was a little bit ahead of them, let's just say ODP, then they may not be able to jump them, right? So it all depends on how you do, but also how your opponents do in that race for third place.
Right. Right.
Love it. I also love that there's a high stakes tournament at the end so that you're not like throwing away maybe a spot to have to play someone. Cause like as these teams are sort of like in real time, like maybe you want to avoid that third spot to have to play against, a team like ABV or a team like, if Lorenzino's would end there or whatever at that 6th spot where like you don't want to play them. But with the high stakes, it's like there's so much on the line to get to the first 2 spots there. You're just going to have to play through it, and you're not really jostling for position. But this is where the real money's at. So what's the tournament winner get for this BU Cup final? What does second place get? Rocco?
First place is $11,000, and second place is $5,000. And we're paying this top 2. And as a reminder, we already gave out $6,000 as well. $33,000 going to first place in the standings, $2,000 second place in the standings, and then $1,000 for third place in the standings. And also don't forget, BSB did win a travel bonus of $2,500. That was at the Lockport Shootout. So it was a lot of money this year. It was $24,500 that's being paid out.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
This tournament's going to be at Molisani. So there's going to be some advantage there for the players that are from there. And just like I'll pull up the rosters. There's a couple changes, Rocco. You got some breaking news, though. There's a change to the Lorenzino's roster when it comes to the BU finals. Dante's going to be he's going to be frying some chicken wings. He can't make it, huh?
You're right. He's flipping pancakes at his Lorenzino's place. Yeah, but they have a tournament that day, so he'll be working that day. So it sounds like Lou Nocera from IMBS is going to be replacing Dante as a first hitter.
Not a bad replacement at all. At all.
Yeah, it's like, oops, I had to pick up Lou Nocera.
Oops, yeah, oops. Oops, another 90% hitter. Great, yeah. Yeah, way to fall on that one. That's great.
Right.
No, yeah, Lou's great. So, Rocco, tell us a little bit about the format.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
the format's going to be, it's a single elimination tournament, but each round is going to be best of 3 games going to 12 points. And it's going to happen all the way up to the finals. The finals is going to be, it's going to be a long day, right? You'll be playing your 10th game by that point. So the final matchup is going to be 1 game only, but it's going to be to 16 points. So that's going to be the final championship matchup. It's going to be a great game to watch. So it won't be like, best 2 out of 3 is nice, but like that first game, it's just not, it's just not as tense because, well, if we lose, we can always win back game 2. The championship final game is going to be just 1 game. All the marbles are on the line. Just go for it. 16 points, winner take all.
Right. I love it. Love it.
It's got to be a lot of fun. Most of the teams that are playing in the high stakes that we just mentioned are back here, playing here. I do see that Sal Santillo, though, will be playing with Watertight. That was our X factor with that Club Molisani 10 team. And now he's going to be playing with Joe P. It'll be a fun little addition there.
Yeah. Joe P. doing some strategizing and made a very nice pickup.
Yeah, so who's on that team now? Who's on Watertight?
So we got Joe Palumbo. We also have James Salvaggio, Mike Trevisano, and Sal Santillo.
Yeah, that's a good team. It's a good team.
Great team.
Yeah, I think Sal's a very good Sal's a very good game caller when it comes to Molson, of course, too. So he's going to be helping that team out a lot just with his game calling. But then he can point, shoot, do it all. He's Mr. Molson.
Right.
Love it. Going to be a lot of fun. Some great rosters there. Now, Rocco, we got some sort of breaking news, if you will, for next year. There's going to be a different format, though, for the BU Cup, looking to grow it. Why don't you get into the details of what the new Tournament of Champions is going to be?
Yeah, so why I like the BU Cup and the tour, it really wasn't very favorable to people who are outside this area. So we want to make this thing more of a national representation and to see like who's the best team of the season, right? So we're going more of a Tournament of Champions route where you got to win a tournament in order to qualify for this final championship tournament. And so it's, that being said, it's just win a tournament. Doesn't matter where you're at, right? You can be California, Texas, Chicago, here, East Coast. It doesn't matter. But if you win a tournament, a 4-man tournament, it doesn't matter if it's 4-man walk or no walk. But if it's a 4-man tournament, you can qualify for the Tournament of Champions final tournament.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, so that should help us with teams that couldn't really commit to traveling a lot. So this way, you don't have to travel. You can win in your own backyard, and then just travel for the final Tournament of Champions event.
That's a great idea, and I think Danny's probably going to get into this, but we're gonna flesh out some of those details later on because there's a lot of details to this. But I think we can agree that it's going to be. I think everybody's going to enjoy it and want to be a part of it because there's so many tournaments and so many opportunities for people to get into this. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be great.
What I love about it is you got to win a tournament. You got to win a tournament to get in. You have to be a champion of a big enough tournament, big enough prize pool, enough pressure, if you will, to be able to be part of that tournament champions. But we have now an opportunity where a great team from California could be playing against the great team from Chicago, a great team from Lockport, a great team from, and it's not just, did we spend enough money to play in the BU Cup? But now it's, did you win a tournament? You get invited to this Tournament of Champions and you get to be able to show your stones, show what you're made of. So you have to win a tournament to be able to be there. I know that people are going to have questions. We're going to take all the rules for the Tournament of Champions. We'll post them on the Respect the Line page. We'll then do a live show, Rocco, if you're up for it. We'll do a live show next week so that we can be able to explain the rules, go into more detail, and then be able to answer questions because I'm sure people are going to have questions. But easy signups, Rocco. Yeah. We're going to be able to sign up directly on, the BPA Tour page, be able to sign up yourself as an individual so that if you and your team make it before one of these tournaments. And then breaking news as well, some even more breaking news is the tournament that's going to start off the year, which is in Dallas at the racetrack. Big E's big tournament bash in Dallas. Big E has already committed to pay for the winning team to be at the Tournament Champions. So if you win that tournament, you and your team has a chance to be able to go compete for $10,000 at least, already the minimum prize that we pull together. The minimum prize is going to be $10,000 at least to win that Tournament of Champions. And as we get more sponsorships, as we get more players, we're able to grow up that prize. We're going to try to make this the biggest tournament, the biggest prize money that you ever could win in a bocce tournament by next year.
No, that's great. Thank Big E for doing that. He's going to be the official start of our season, and it's going to go all the way through September of next year. So the season's going to run from his tournament all the way through September. But shout out to Big E. It's a great tournament. People love going there, and then he's going to kick off our new tournament champions with this event.
Love it. Took a lot of great minds to put together. So thanks to the Bocce Bros, thanks to BBN, thanks to everybody, Respect the Line, all of us that came to the table, Rocco, you especially, just bringing everybody to the table and thinking how can we be able to grow this sport? How can we be able to grow this game? And not just think about it in our own little area, our own little bubble, but think about it nationally too. And so hopefully this could be the biggest open event ever with the largest amount of prize in bocce history. Rocco, thank you. We appreciate you being on here.
Hey,
thanks, Rob.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Taylor, let's hit him with our top 10 clips of the week. Respect the line. BBN top 10. Let's go. All right, number 10, we got Just Roll It from Jason Wazanowski. This is a clip from the good old Wycliffe tournament. Look at that. Rolling it right in, baby.
Yeah, pretty good roll. Pretty good roll. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, great roll, dude.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Four.
All right, number 9, we got some Bocce ASMR. We got the birds chirping in the background, leaves rustling, nice little bocce outside. My favorite time of the year is when you can play bocce outside, and we're going to be going to the winter, Taylor.
Nice. Who was that hit that?
That's Jacob Bowers.
Jacob Bowers.
Oh, yeah.
Where is
Look
he
at that. Boom.
The hell of a hit. Where's that? What tournament's that?
From Holly Bocce.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, very nice.
That's a hell of a background.
That's a hell of a hit.
Great hitter.
Yeah. You got
Underrated
that clean.
hitter. If they were closer to
this
closer to this area, watch out. Great hit there.
Yeah.
All righty. We got here number 8. Little clearance, Clearwater Revival up around the bend. Nice little lock, port, shot. You like these courts, baby, right? Where you can bend them?
Yeah. Those are if you can get those bends down, man, you're dangerous.
Look at Mr. Bilella.
Yeah.
Key for a great clip, though, is you have to have the right song, too. And we went up around the bend here. I love it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beating the point, hiding the ball, making it tough on those hitters.
Yep, for sure. Great roll.
All right, number 7, we got Aldino DeFranco. Last year's Dallas Bocce Open. Going in for the win. Look at that crowd, Taylor. You ready for that crowd to be rolling with all that pressure?
I can't wait, man. Pressure. Yeah, pressure. I can't wait. for that tournament, man. That seems awesome.
Oh, man, all
great.
the dollar bills on the side.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's a great roll too by Aldino. Very nice.
He loves those pressure shots, man. I love it.
Yeah. Yep. Love it.
All right, number 6. We are going back. This is an old clip, but reposted by the BBN. This has millions of views, dozens of millions of views. This is Andy Zimmerman with a sticky.
Wow.
Very nice.
Baby. Look at that roll back for 3.
Yeah, that's a nice shot, man. Very nice shot. Where was that at?
That was at Nationals, bud.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Look at that.
Did he end up winning that game? Did he win that game? Do we know?
Oh, yeah, won that game. Look at this shot. Boom.
Wow. Very impressive.
You just hit a ball out. This dude's sticking around for 3, man.
Yeah, great shot, man. Great shot.
All right, number 5, we got Joey Peterson cracking a ball for the game winner in the first game of the championship.
Always love to see game winners, man. That's when it's the best. The game winners.
Your boy Russell says, "Can you see the whole ball? Then hit it." He goes, "Then hit it."
Yeah. And he didn't take any time either. He just got up, he hit the ball, boom, game over. Love it. I love that.
They were actually talking about it a little bit, and Russell goes, "Go on, hit it."
Yeah. I love it.
Track City, baby.
Great shot.
All right, number 4. We got Stewie with the hit, and we got our own Respect the Line, Matthew Taylor, coming up with the pressure ball, baby.
Yeah, you know what makes this shot the most impressive is I hadn't shot a ball all day, the whole tournament. I hadn't shot a ball all day. Cap said, you got to shoot this ball full court. I did. We won the game. Again, another game-winning shot. I'll take it.
Look at this, man. Look at this, man. We knew you hit it because you didn't say anything. You only say something. I say something every time I hit the ball. You say something every time you miss. You're like, oh, man, this sucks. Pulled it. Not this one. You were quiet as hell. I knew you smacked that ball.
Yeah, for sure. I hit it on the right side, too. I couldn't hit it on the left because it would have came back on the wall and have been in point. So it was right side or nothing. So, yep, I'll take it.
All right. We got number 3 here. This is What would you know about pressure? This is we always go to. This is a top 10 great hits, great specials. But this is Sal Santillo talking a little smack, saying, "Hey, hit this ball, Anthony. Let's put some pressure on Pete to have to make the game-winning point. This is for the win. If he gets it, Club Molisani moves on, and number 4 would have moved on, and number 10 would never have been there, never made the championship."
Wow. The goat doesn't beat the point. The goat doesn't beat the point, man.
Oh,
Wow.
can't be short there.
I'm wondering if Sal kind of mind jammed him there a little bit on that.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
That has to go through his mind, right? Like, oh man, Sal.
Friends talking smack. We got Russ Maraglio. I love this at the end of the clip. So, again, Anthony comes, hits this ball. First of all, great hit, pressure hit, down to your last ball. You hit, move it out of the way, don't clear the pill. Okay, Pete, you got 3.5 feet. And Sal Santillo starting to talk a little smack, gives the little stare down look. He's in his hoodie. Sal Santillo, I love it. So smooth. And you look at the right side of the screen. You get Russ, look at Russ Maraglio jumping. He's like, get in, please. Anything, just try to will it in.
That's great stuff right there.
Game ends at 3:30 in the morning. Club Molisani 10 moves on, ends up making the championship game. What a clip there.
Unbelievable.
All right, number 2, we got Jose Botto hanging in the museum from the BBN with a hit and a magnet on the ball, Taylor, coming right back to the Paulino.
Shocker. Big shocker. Big shocker. Nice hit,
That's our boy, man. Playing right now in Worlds. Number 2 in the top 10, the Jose Botto. Beast. All right, and number 1 this week, we got Anthony Capagreco at cricket.
Here you go, Cap. Here you go, buddy.
We know he's going to be happy about this one.
Yep.
Has to go over the top, through the woods, around the rolling sign.
And the tiki. Yep. Great shot, Cap. Great shot.
You don't have to be a PRV player to be able to make a badass volo, man. This thing's fantastic.
Yep.
Look at that traffic lights in his way. Get the TV. Worry about in the TV.
Only at crickets. Only at crickets, man. Only at crickets. Gotta love it.
Number 1 clip of the week from Respect the Line. Good job, Cap. All right. Thanks for joining another episode of Respect the Line, only on the BBN. Taylor, got another episode down. Let's just keep them going, baby.
Yeah, for sure, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Be on it, man. Be on it.
Get on our social channels. You can be able to see the clips. You see any clips that you like, send them over to us. Send us over your videos. We'll post them for you. Next week, we'll be recapping these amazing tournaments. The co-ed out at Lorenzino's on Sunday. We're going to have the BU Cup, of course, the last event on the Saturday of the BU Tour. And then we'll be previewing the National Women's Championship, Bessemer Croatian Club, and getting ready for that King of Lorenzino singles tournaments up the wazoo. They just keep on coming, Taylor.
Love it. Love it. My man. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. See you later.
Let's go.